Okay, so today I'm going to go over a couple of the geometry problems that were on your first assignment with circles. I know a few of you have turned that in already, and I appreciate it. Those of you that haven't, I'd like for you to look at those so that I can give you some feedback. I tried doing this in typing it, and I think this might be a little bit more clear. On the first part that was this page, a lot of you were doing fine on the area and perimeter. Just be sure that you're finding both area and perimeter. The issue seems to be on the back, starting with the ones that look like these. So I wanted to go over a couple of these. For example, on number 8, if you are given the area, so we're given that the area is 415.48 square inches. Some of you were putting your formula with 415.48 with pi at the end of it. You only are going to do that if it's given to you in the problem. So what we want to do here is to, since we're talking about area, we do want to use area formula. 415.48 is equal to pi r squared, because that's your area formula. And then we want to solve. So when we divide by pi on both sides, this one does cancel out. But on this side, this is the same as about 3.14 is about pi. It's not exact, but it's similar. It's close to it. So if we divide, we get about 132.25 is equal to r squared. Okay, the opposite of squared is to take the square root. So we're going to do this to both sides. So if I take the square root of both sides, my radius is equal to 11.5. If you have to round it to one decimal place, and that should be fine. This particular one asks for the diameter. So if this is the radius, remember of a circle, radius is half, diameter is the whole thing. So my diameter is going to be 11.5 times 2, which gives you 23 inches. Okay, so if we're given area, that's how we're going to find radius and diameter. For number 9, you're given a circumference. Circumference is like the perimeter of a circle. Just if it's a circle, we say circumference instead of perimeter. So if this says it's 125.66 feet, if we're talking about circumference, we're talking about that we have it equal to 2 pi r. So we've got 125.66 equals 2 pi r. In this case, we're solving for radius. So if I want this one, I want to divide, because it's the opposite of multiplication, divide 2 pi on both sides. That cancels out, gives us r. In your calculators, you can actually put 3.14 or you can use the pi symbol that's on your calculator. There's some online calculators too. I know a lot of you don't have that, but you can go to any online graphing calculator, or you can use 3.14 for pi anytime that you see it. So if I divide this, I end up with 20, which is in feet. It's not squared because it's circumference. So this means that the radius of this circle, half of it, is 20 feet. And so 10 and 11 should be very similar to that. Now on number 12, and you can pause the video, you can go back and look at these anytime that you need to. Number 12 also gives you a circumference, but this actually tells you that your circumference is 11 pi. If it's given to you in the problem, then you can use it in your formula. So in this case, 11 pi, our circumference, is equal to 2 pi r. So here, when I divide both sides by 2 pi, because remember, we're solving for radius here, if I get rid of that, if I divide these two, the pi cancels out. 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. So if this is my radius, and the problem asked me for area, remember area is pi r squared. So now that we know radius, we can say we have pi times 5.5 squared. Put that in your calculator. You may have to round it, but it's going to be about 95.03 feet squared because we're talking about area. So hopefully that helps you with a couple of those problems. If I've submitted a paper back to you and you have a question, you can email me through Google Drive, or you can email me directly. If you're emailing me directly, it's at jcartwright@ptisd.org. Okay? That way I can get back to you as soon as I can, and hopefully we will all be back together soon. Thank you.